Welcome, everybody. You are listening to The Know with me, Nikki Spo, and this special episode is brought to you by Pillow Cube. You all know I have been using my Pillow Cube for almost a year now, and it has changed my sleep game. I bring my Sidekick pillow with me legit anytime I am not sleeping in my own bed, and I'm excited to tell you about the crazy deals you can get on your Pillow Cube when you purchase one this month as we gear up for Black Friday. Stay tuned to learn more. This is a savings you will not want to miss. So let's get started with today's guest. Welcome to the Know Podcast with me, Nikki Spo. Welcome, bienvenidos. You are listening to The Know, and I am your host, Nikki Spo. But we are switching things up today, y'all. It's a podcast takeover, and my girl Jamie Lee Ruiz is taking over my podcast, The Know. You might recall me interviewing Jamie in episode 25, Glowing Up with Jamie Lee Ruiz, where we recorded in Zion, and it was super magical. Well, Jamie is an intuitive life coach who keeps it all the way real. Super duper real. Not only is she my lifey, like a wifey, but we do life together, so we are lifeys, but she is the person that I turn to most when I need a really deep soul reality check. A soul pick me up, a soul you got this. And the thing is, I'm not the only one tapping into her ether. She is helping hundreds of people between her one-on-one coaching calls, her virtual Reiki circles, her retreats, and programs. I'm not going to waste any more time because her stuff is magic, and today she is going to walk us through 4 steps for getting into alignment with your 2023 self. Let's go.
Hello, everyone. I am so grateful to be here on the Know with Nikki Spo podcast. I know that Nikki has the best supporters and listeners, so thank you for allowing me to take over today. I'm just beyond grateful that you are here and listening and that we get to spend this time together. So let me start off by introducing myself a little bit. My name is Jamie Lee Ruiz. I am an intuitive life coach that focuses on self-love, mindset, and manifestation. I love all things growth and healing and spirituality. I am also a professional dancer. I've toured around the world with some of your favorite artists, and it's just been the most fun life ever. Okay, so I'm sure that most of you know by now that Nikki is one of my very best friends. We've been friends for almost 10 years now. We met dancing on the Miami Heat together, and now she is my lifey. And what I mean by lifey is she's basically like my wifey that I get to do life with. And that's what we call each other. We go on vacations together. We spend holidays together. That is my girl. So, of course, when she asked me to do a takeover episode on her podcast, it was a full body yes for me. Actually, I'm not going to lie. I was a little bit nervous at first because I've never hosted a podcast episode by myself. So I'm popping my cherry today right here with everyone who's listening. And thank you for being here for my very first solo podcast hosting experience. Okay. I want to talk about a lot of things with you guys today, but if I had to give today's episode a theme, it would be getting into alignment with your 2023 self. Yes, you know I love all things goals and mindset and manifestation and becoming an energetic match for your desires, so that's what we're going to dive into today. I'm actually going to give you tangible steps and things to consider as this year comes to an end. I know that New Year's is always a time where people tend to reflect or set goals or create New Year's resolutions. And while I think all of that is great and amazing, I actually like to start that process around November, December, so that I go into the new year with some momentum. It's like I give myself a little head start. I'm a Virgo. So I like organization and I like steps and I like direction. And so in true Jamie Virgo fashion, I'm going to give you guys 4 steps for getting into alignment with your 2023 self. Step number 1, reflect. I think sometimes we're in such a rush to get to a future place or a future manifestation that we forget to acknowledge that we are currently living a life we once desired. And though it might not be perfect and there might be some shitty parts to it and things we don't like about our current reality, I'm 1000% that we all did have so many things in our life this year that we can appreciate and we can be grateful for. The reality is the universe won't give you more if you aren't grateful for what you currently have. Imagine if you gave someone a really nice gift and the next time you came over, it was on the ground in a corner, the dog chewed it up and it was collecting dust. I guarantee you will never buy that person anything nice ever again. You're going to be like, you ungrateful. I'm not doing this for you anymore. And the universe responds the same way to us. And it's not that the universe is petty. It's not that. It's just that it needs to know that you can hold more when it gives it to you. And if you can't hold what you currently have and you're quick to be ungrateful for it, then you're literally telling the universe that you're not ready for more. So 1 foot in gratitude and 1 foot in desire, I always say, because if both feet are in desire, floating to the next place, then you have nothing keeping you grounded into the present moment. And the present moment is all we have. And the present moment is our current attraction point, is where we're manifesting from. So 1 foot grounded in gratitude for what you have, and the other foot can float into desire for what you're asking for. But you have to have one down in the ground. For step 1, I want you to take some time to reflect on this year. Think about what you've accomplished, what you've overcome, what you've manifested, your growth, any magical experiences you've had, family and friends that you're grateful for, new people that you've met that have become soulmate people in your life. All that is good. I want you to reflect on that, and I want you to journal on it, and I want you to be proud of yourself and sit in some grounding gratitude for everything that you've experienced this year and who you've been up until this point. All right, number 2, desires. Plain and simple, you guys. What do you want? Like, what do you want for yourself and for your life this coming year? Do you have any specific goals, dreams? Is there something you're wanting to manifest? Is there something you want to experience more of? Something you want to work on or focus on? What do you want? You'd actually be really surprised at how many people have a hard time answering that question. A lot of us have never even allowed ourselves to fully tap into what we want. The amount of women I know that have told me, wow, I don't know. I've never asked myself that question. Or I feel like wanting too much is bad or greedy, so I don't even go there. They only allow themselves to desire what feels appropriate in society, or what they should want, or what someone has told them it's okay to want, or what's not too much to want. There's just so much conditioning and programming around desires that needs to be looked at and reprogrammed. The truth is, our desires were placed in our hearts by God, source, universe, whatever you believe in, for us to have. I'm going to say that again. Our desires were placed in our hearts by God, source, universe, for us to have, for us to take action and manifest, for us to live out. So give yourself permission to want what you want with no limitations, because the limitations are stories we've been telling ourselves, stories we've learned that are just limiting us from what is possible for us. In step 2, I want you to get really clear on what that is, on what your desires are. What do you want? What do you want for yourself, for your life? One tip I love to give people when they are learning to tap into their desires is to go after feelings and not things. What I mean by that is that people tend to desire things, right? More money, a new car, a new house, vacation. And although that is great, and I want all of those things too, the truth is that at the core of all of those desires is a feeling you believe those things will bring you in manifestation. If you go after the feelings, abundance, freedom, love, peace, happiness, the things will follow. But if you go after the things first, it will probably bring the feeling, but the feeling is not sustainable, because now the feeling is contingent on that thing. You have the feeling now because you manifested the thing that temporarily brought you the feeling, as opposed to manifesting the feeling and letting it show up in whatever thing the universe feels is the most magical, the most aligned way to bring it to you. So the trick is to manifest the feeling, Let the universe bring it to you in whatever magical way it sees fit for you. Because the truth is that we can only think so much and so far with our logical minds. I can only imagine things coming to me in so many ways. Basically, like if I've seen it before, I've seen someone manifest it before, or I know what it looks like, then I can manifest that. But I can't manifest or think up in my logical mind a miraculous, magical thing that doesn't even exist yet. So I have to let the universe do its part in bringing me the feelings I want in the most magical ways that my little human logical mind cannot even think up. So get really clear on your desires. What do you want for yourself and for your life? But most importantly, how do you want to feel?
You guys, I want to take a break to tell you about the amazing deals we are offering to the No listeners this November for Black Friday. So it's no secret, I am obsessed with Pillow Cube, right? The ultimate pillow for side sleepers. I legit cannot sleep without my sidekick pillow and my kneesy in between the knees pillow. But there's truly something for everyone, from the ice cube cooling pillow to the super fun and themed and cozy pillow cubs for the kids, which mine actually happen to love. They fight over which one gets which. Anyway, the Pillow Cube is a great holiday gift. I can't tell you like how much money I have spent trying out all of the different pillows that are out there, and I am so lucky that I finally found Pillow Cube. This Black Friday, you can score some major savings, whether you're buying sleep assets for yourself or you're gifting them out to your people. Hello, White Elephant Gift Exchange. I want to win that gift exchange gift, okay? I mean, check it out. The Ice Cube Side Sleeper Pillow, which is normally $159, you'll get it for $119. The Pillow Cub, which is normally $69.99, you'll get for $34.99. One of my favorites, the Kneesy, is usually $89.99, and you will score that for $44.99. Lastly, the big hitter, the Pillow Cube mattress, will be 20% off. Okay, guys, you will not regret owning these. I'm telling you. This Black Friday, check out www.pillowcube.com for incredible savings. And as always, my personal discount code NikkiSpo10 is a standing code that you can use all year round. All right, let's get back to the show.
Number 3, release. So now that you know what you want and how you want to feel, it's time to dig deep and ask yourself, what thoughts, beliefs, or actions do I need to let go of in order to be in alignment with the things and the feelings that I'm asking for? We have this little monster that likes to rob us of our joy and our desires, and that little monster is called limiting beliefs. Most of the time, we're not even aware that it's there, but it is there, and it has a lot of power over what you do and do not manifest. Think about something that you want. I'm going to go ahead and give my example, and I'm going to say, for me, something I desire is to start my own podcast. Ironic that I'm here, isn't it? Yes. Okay. So I say to myself, and I write in my journal, in 2023, I want to start my podcast, and I want to feel really powerful, and I want to feel really successful, and I want to feel creative, and I want to feel purposeful. Immediately, the little monster that lives inside me in my mind goes, ugh, everyone has a podcast. What's going to make yours special? What if no one cares or no one listens? Starting a podcast is really hard. You're going to have no free time because you're always going to be stressed and always going to be recording episodes all the time. Do you even have anything of value to talk about? What if you suck? Oh my God, little monster, shut up. That's literally what I want to say to it all the time. Shut up, let me live. But that little monster is so loud and pertinent in our minds. And I'm sure you all feel me on this. So the problem with the little monster is that we don't ever fully acknowledge this and what's there, because it doesn't feel good and it's scary and it feels like the truth, and that feels heartbreaking. But the only way we get into alignment with what we're asking for is if we look at the little monster and show him some love and give him some attention and let whatever his truth is come to the surface so that we can look at it and feel it and heal it. That little monster actually is really just begging you to look at him and to give him some attention. And actually, this little monster is just you. It's the part of you that's been hurt, scared, experienced trauma, made to feel not good enough. And your job now is to show little monster some love and say, it's okay. I love you. I understand why you believe these things and why you have these fears. I know that these things have probably been true for you up until this point, but they don't have to be your truth any longer. We are going to let this limiting belief go, and we are going to choose a new belief, something that feels better to us. But we have to acknowledge the limiting beliefs, the little monster. We have to let him say what he has to say. We have to tell him it's okay, and then choose something else. Choose a new belief, one that is not limiting. So now you have the power over the little monster. And the little monster feels loved and no longer has to terrorize you like it has been your whole life. So decide what you're letting go of. What thoughts, what limiting beliefs, what fears no longer serve you. Leave them in 2022 and decide that they can't go where you're headed. Number 4, shift. Like I said a second ago, you get to now decide what you want to believe instead. You get to decide what beliefs do live in your mind and in your body and in your soul. We all have a belief system. It's what we believe about something to be true. And if that belief system is not in alignment with our desires, not in alignment with who we're trying to be, not in alignment with what we want, we get to say, okay, belief system, I see you. You've been with me for so long, but you're not serving me any longer. You're not doing me any favors. You're not helping me. You are not useful. So I'm going to choose a new belief system. I think the problem is that we don't think that that's an option to us. We just believe what we believe and we don't question it. And I'm here to tell you, question it. Choose something else. So, shifting is where you actively get into alignment with your desires. In order to attract what you want, you have to believe that it's possible for you. Your thoughts, your beliefs, and your actions all have to match up with what you're asking for. So if I'm asking for a podcast, then I need to believe that a podcast is possible for me. So all of those limiting beliefs that you heard me say earlier about, will I be good? Will anyone listen? I need to convert those into different beliefs that help me to believe that a podcast is possible for me and that I will feel creative and successful. Make sense? So I need to think thoughts that get me closer to that podcast and not thoughts that get me further away. And I need to take aligned action. I cannot sit on my ass and hope that a podcast will magically appear. It doesn't work that way. So the biggest question to ask yourself here is, who do I need to become in order to be an energetic match for my desires? I'm going to say that one more time for you because I think this is really important. Who do I need to become in order to be an energetic match for my desires? And if you're journaling here, and if you're writing things down, and if you're actually doing this homework that I'm suggesting to you, then what I want you to do here is list habits, personality traits, qualities, mindsets of this new version of yourself that you're stepping into that is an energetic match and in alignment with what she's asking for, or he's asking for, or they're asking for. What are your habits? What are your qualities? What's your personality like? What are your beliefs? What is your mindset like? Okay, tap into this. I'm just going to elaborate on this a little bit more. What is your work ethic like? How do you love yourself? How do you show up for yourself? How do you talk to yourself? How do you dress? How do you work out? How do you play? How do you heal? How do you eat? How do you dream? These are the questions that you need to ask yourself. Who do you need to become? The universe is not responding to what you want. It is responding to who you are being, to who you are. So if who you are right now and who you're being is not in alignment with what you're asking for, it's time to shift. So get really clear on 2023 you and start showing up as that version of yourself now. This is how you get into alignment. I'm going to repeat these steps for you. Number 1, you show gratitude for what you have and who you've been, and you celebrate yourself in your life. Number 2, you get crystal clear on your desires, what you want and how you want to feel. Feel feelings. Number 3, you release what no longer serves you, your limiting beliefs, the little monster that is you, that lives in your mind. You say, I love you, but you gotta go. And number 4, you step into your new self, your new mindset, and your new life. I hope this has been so helpful for you. I'm excited for you all to get into alignment with your 2023 selves. I believe in you. You got this. And thank you, Nikki, for having me and allowing me to take over today. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, you can find me at James Lee 4. That's at JamesLee and the number 4. I would love to hear from you guys. Send me a DM. Let's chat. Let me know how this went for you if you have any questions. And I truly love you guys. Have an amazing rest of your year. And I can't wait for you to tap into the 2023 version of yourselves. See you soon. Bye.
I mean, you guys, isn't Jamie amazing? I'm so thrilled that she was up for the challenge of taking over my pod because I feel like she just gave us so much of what we needed to hear. Maybe it was your first time hearing about actionable steps that you can take. Maybe it was a much needed refresh. Whatever the case, I hope it hit for you. And I want to encourage you to get into the right headspace to make 2023 your most aligned year yet. Lord knows I need it. Bye-bye 2022. All right. Thanks again, Jamie Lee Ruiz. And thanks to all of you, my Truth Speaker Light Keeper babes, for listening in. Over and out. Thank you all so much for listening to this special episode presented by our friends at PillowCube. This Black Friday, you're getting hooked up with my favorite sleep products at incredibly discounted prices. I don't know about you, but I feel like some of the Black Friday deals out there in the last few years have been lame, but this deal is the real deal. Seriously, major savings. So this Black Friday, whether you're shopping for yourself or for a gift, be sure to maximize on your savings at www.pillowcube.com. Thank you so much for listening to The Know. If you loved this episode, go ahead and share it with a friend. Words are so powerful, and someone may need to hear what we covered today. And if you really loved this episode, please take a moment to rate the show and leave a review. Your comments are so important and valued, and they give other listeners insight on what to expect on The Know. You can connect with me personally via Instagram at Nikki Sap Spo and The Know with Nikki Spo. My hope for you today is that you are fearless in looking inward so that you can be your highest, most authentic self and go after the life of your dreams.